Access to Democracy is made possible by donations from the following organizations. Thomson Reuters, a global company with expertise and insight to unravel complex situations in the areas of law, tax, compliance, government, and media. Their worldwide network of journalists and editors keep customers up to speed on relevant global events. Crutchfield Dermatology, a full-service treatment center and Medi-Spa in Eagan. Their goal is to help you look good and feel great with beautiful skin. With service built around courtesy, dignity, and respect, Mayo-trained Dr. Charles Crutchfield personally treats each patient and is acknowledged as one of the nation's best physicians. Truestone Financial, with locations in Minnesota and Wisconsin, has proudly served its members since 1939. Truestone engages, educates, and supports its members to ensure they have the tools to empower their financial well-being. Truestone Financial, your neighborhood credit union. Learn more at truestone.org. Edina Eye Physicians and Surgeons, a division of Twin Cities Eye Consultants, has proudly served the Twin Cities for more than 55 years now in 7 convenient locations. Using the most advanced technology combined with human touch, Edina Eye offers comprehensive services and dedicated specialists committed to excellence, with innovative procedures and expertise for the most advanced eye care.
Welcome to Access to Democracy. I'm Bill Raker, your guest host for this edition of the program. We're excited to welcome our guest today, Vang, who is Vice President of Communications for the Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota. Welcome, Bao.
Thank you so much, Bill. Happy holidays to you. I'm so glad to be here today.
Well, thank you. And you mentioned the holidays, and your topic for today, the 12 scams of Christmas, we want to get to, but before that, we want to learn a little bit more about Bao and about the Better Business Bureau. So
Awesome.
You've had an interesting career so far. One of the things that I was quite impressed with is that you've worked as a newscaster in TV in a couple of cities in Wisconsin. Would you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yes, what a privilege it was, and a great responsibility to be represented on the news in communities where there wasn't yet a representative on mainstream media in those communities for the Hmong community. So I grew up here. I'm a Twin Cities native. My parents are Hmong immigrants. We arrived in St. Paul in 1978. I was born in '84. And I'm the youngest of 7, so I got to experience vicariously through them what not to do and what to do. And then I've kind of forged my own path. I'll tell you this, there's the reason why there's a lot of firsts in the Hmong community is because television and being out there and in front of a camera just isn't, the most popular thing to do as a Hmong girl. My mom certainly was like, really? You want to do that? And I don't know how to support you. There aren't others in the industry and doing what you're doing. So find your own way. And so I found a love for writing. It started with a love of writing in high school. I was a Harding High School freshman. We were getting ready for our state exams, and I just started telling stories, and no one told me yet the value and the power of words on a piece of paper. I hadn't yet experienced that or really had anyone encourage me to do those things. And then I started telling my own stories before I told others. And I said, whoa, you care about these stories? You value these stories? All right, I have stories to tell. And then it didn't stop. I started a newspaper club, and I was invited to be a part of the reading of the morning news every day in front of 2,000 students, fellow classmates, and teachers. And then it was such a rush behind a desk like this and having a piece of paper that says a student council is going to meet today at 3 o'clock. That was power. That was power right here. I was the information giver. And it was, if I didn't say that, how would they know to meet at 3 o'clock?
I can tell you are really excited and enthusiastic
yes.
about the opportunities that you've had.
Yes.
And this path that you were on eventually led you to be Vice President of Communications at the Better Business Bureau. So tell us a little bit about what your role is there with the BBB, and tell us how the Better Business Bureau serves the consumer and the community.
Excellent. So when I left television, I always knew I loved storytelling. That was at the heart of the reason why I went into broadcasting. In the first place was I wanted to tell underserved, underrepresented, undertold stories. And I get to do that outside of television news. And I get to do that in a much deeper level with an organization, a nonprofit, 100-year-old organization, very relevant, very valuable to our community. BBB serves as creating this ethical marketplace where buyers and sellers trust each other. It's a simple vision where we get to be in the community of businesses. We get to interact with businesses that are doing good, working within working with integrity, working ethically, and with great customer service. That's all we want as consumers, and we're consumers every single day, especially during the holidays, but every single day we're trying to interact all the time with good businesses. And the truth is, not every business is an ethical one or works with integrity. Some are scammers, complete scammers, and will take away your money. The BBB speaks to me because it is so mission driven, and we work both with consumers and businesses. I love that. It fuels my heart and my passion for this work, and I get to be a spokesperson among individuals, to be a spokesperson for one of the most recognizable brands in the country. Someone pinch me, please.
Well, it's great for our viewers to know that the Better Business Bureau and you personally do a lot of work in the area of detecting and reporting scams and help people who become victim of scams. You know, scamming is a big business. Some recent statistics that I saw here, just in Minnesota, and just incidences that were reported in 2020, there were almost 39,000 scam incidences of Minnesota people, resulting in a loss of almost $37 million.
That's incredible, and it's absolutely true. And the truth is, that is just the tip of the iceberg. What we're seeing here, and those reports come from our BBB Scam Tracker. It's our free public online tool. It's interactive. We ask the public to share their experiences with suspicious activities and scams, so we understand and track the patterns and trends. So we can also connect with our law enforcement agency friends, other FTC, the FBI, the Attorney General's office, so we can all be partners in tracking down suspicious activities in the marketplace. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more instances that go unreported. Folks who feel ashamed by losing money or thinking, guess what, that's not true, or not even knowing that they experience a scam because that money that they donated to a charity, well, what if that charity never, responds back? They might just never know, and that money is gone.
Let's get right into our topic of the 12 scams of Christmas. But before we get specifically into that, I want to remind our viewers that we will be scrolling across the screen the contact information for the Better Business Bureau, the phone number, the website, and as well as the URL for the scam tracker that Bao referred to just a moment ago. So watch for that information on the screen, and be sure to write it down or remember it, because we want you to contact the BBB, and we'll talk about that. Now let's get to them. The 12 scams of Christmas. Let's go right down the list. First day of Christmas.
The truth is, these scams happen all year long. They just happen more predominantly during the holiday season, because a lot of us are shopping. And you're going to hear that the theme today is be very careful when you're shopping online, because it is our riskiest scam for the last 3 years is online shopping. There's a lot of nefarious sites out there and scammers that are trying to track down not just our hard-earned money, but also our personal information. So that's what they're looking for in any of these transactions and the scams that we'll be talking about today. But Bill, it's the holiday season. We're already stressed. We're really hyped up about needing gifts and who's on our wish list, and parties and hosting and cleaning, and the list goes on top of a pandemic, right? So COVID-19 has just made us do some really unusual things this year, meaning spend more time online. We are emotionally and financially vulnerable right now. We're just really stressed out from 2 years of having to be on high alert because of this global pandemic. Isn't that true, Bill?
Oh, I think it is. And the scammers know this, and
Yes.
the scammers are taking advantage of this. And I know you have a list of some very specific kinds of scams that go on all year long, but because we're in the holiday season and because of these other circumstances you described, the scammers and fraudsters are more active than ever.
Exactly. So let's talk about the first two, and it has very, very specific details to them. So the number one scam that we're talking about that can be very harmful to both your bank account and to your personal identification is that you will definitely see some misleading social media ads. Anyone who's on social media, you're going to be bombarded every single day with not just dozens, but hundreds of ads. And you have to be very cautious. Before you click on any link to go to another site, to check out a sale of something that says limited deal, we're so inclined to say, we want a deal, we deserve a deal, this is the right time for a deal because I'm in a budget right now. And so when you see social media ads, we're not just saying look past them, we're just saying be cautious, because some of those sites will take you to sites that will eventually take your money or steal your personal information. The next one has to deal with social media too. We're talking about social media gift exchanges. Have you heard about this, Bill?
No, this is new to me.
It's been around for a long time, but if you're not in a circle where you want to get to know friends and you put your name into a little drawing where you're going to be matched with someone else and then you give a gift and they'll give a gift back to you, that's what the whole idea is. A lot of them are actually pyramid schemes where eventually we'll take, again, your money or your hard-earned, your money or your personal identification. So anytime you see a social media gift exchange, again, don't say that all of them are bad. Just be cautious before you enter any of your personal information into a website that might
Good to know about
put you
that
into that
scam.
problem.
Good to know.
Have you heard of, apps that you can track Santa, where parents are downloading on their phones, and you might be able to play games related to the holiday season?
Yes.
These holiday apps, they can be a lot of fun. There's one that you can track Santa and see him go from country to country. Well, again, it sounds very harmless. In the end, these apps can also put malware onto your system. They might ask for personal information, which leads you to being susceptible to identity theft. Just be very cautious of these apps that happen to be very popular during this time of the year, and lots of parents are thinking about getting them. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is be on alert for any kind of phishing email. We'll talk about phishing in just a second, related to compromised accounts. You might get an email from a trustworthy source like an Amazon or a Target or Best Buy, and it's going to be an imposter actually saying they're from those companies and saying your account has been compromised, Bill, so you need to give us your password and we can help you with that. Well, can you see their problem with that?
I get those often.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. They're going to actually take your information and run with it, and then you're going to think, oh, I got some help, but actually, it's heartbreak coming. Number 5 is offers for free gift cards. That word free, again, we're our intuition is, yes, we deserve a free gift. We want that. And be cautious with that word, because a free gift card often means high alert for a scam, because that's how they're going to lure you into giving over your personal information.
Well, I get these all the time in my email.
Do you?
And it looks like it's maybe from Amazon or from Costco or Walmart, and they say, complete this brief survey, and you might, I put in the word you might, they say you'll get a $25
Yes.
gift card, a $50 gift card. Are those really legitimate, or should we be very careful?
The only way to know is to actually contact that company. Let's say Amazon reaches out to you and says they have a nice offer. You want to make sure that it isn't astronomical, like we're going to give you $1,000 if you sign up for this thing. You just have to know, common sense, that's probably too good to be true. But if it's a $25 gift card and they're offering you an opportunity to participate in a survey or something like that, I would do more research, connect with that company, and ask customer service, hey, are you actually giving away this $25 gift card? And because I'm going to participate in a survey, and they can confirm with you. They might say yes.
Check it
you're
out
right.
first.
Yes.
Check it out first.
Research. Holiday jobs. Folks are unemployed right now. We're
So
underemployed.
this is your next scam on the list.
That's
Holiday
right.
jobs. Okay.
Yes, folks are underemployed or unemployed right now. They want a side gig. We're in a gig economy, so maybe driving or picking up groceries for someone else. What's important to know about the employment scams is that anytime you think you're going to make some money doing some work, you'll have to make sure that at first it's a legitimate company. And number two, that you're not going to get paid first before the job is completed. So those are two things we absolutely need you to know. Getting paid first often means they're going to send you a check, you're going to put it into your account, all of a sudden they overpaid you, and they're going to ask you to give them money back in the term of gift cards or wiring money back. All of a sudden, by that time that check clears, you've already paid them money. So you've lost money, and then you realize that check was a scam in the first place, and that company is nowhere near giving you a job.
This happens so often. Can you
Yes.
take us through that one more time? Because
Yes.
it's very easy for people to slip up on what happens in this
Yes.
transaction, and they get scammed.
Let's go back to the emotional state that one would be in if they're looking for a job. The holiday season, your bills are racking up, you want to get presents, you want to make sure that there's food on the table for a meal. And so that almost desperate sense of, I need to get a second job, or I need a job for this particular time of year, you may be more susceptible to saying yes instead of deciding, let me pause on that and think about it and ask some questions and do my research. So let's say a company reaches out to you, you find it on Craigslist. That's a very typical place that you might find one of these jobs that are scams. You're going to find something, you're going to say like, oh, I can make $75 an hour making socks at home. And then you're going to sign up. They might say, you know what, you need some socks to work with first. So I'm going to send you a check that's $1,000 that you can buy your inventory with. You get to work from home. Great, you get that $1,000 check. You're going to put it into your bank. And then they're going to reach out and say, guess what? We overpaid you. We actually only wanted to give you $500.
Right.
So give me back $500 in gift cards. That's okay. You can go buy some, whatever gift card from the store and give me the numbers on the bottom of that gift card. By the time you've done that, that check clears. Well, the check is, going through the process of getting cleared. Turns out that check is a scam, but then you've already purchased $500 in gift cards and gave that money back to them. Gift cards are not traceable at all, so they've already walked away with $500. And not only did you not get a job, you lost money, the time, the resources involved with that.
Let's talk about gift cards for just a minute before you go to your next scam. Because working with the AARP Fraud Watch Network, one of the things we always tell people, if anyone is asking you to pay for something or to give them money in any form or fashion or for any reason, and they want it in a gift card, that's a red flag right away.
That's absolutely a red flag.
We want to say gift cards are for gifts. They're not for paying bills to anybody that says you owe them money.
And the reason why scammers use it, and it's such a popular way to take away money, is because those gift cards are not traceable.
Right.
That's exactly it. When you give a payment over credit card or even cash, whoever it may be, guess what? That credit card payment can be then disputed. You might be able to work with a company, the credit card company. The gift cards are long gone by that time.
No way to get it back.
Let me give you a quick example, Bill. So we got a phishing email, didn't know. We got an email at my former workplace, and it says, hey, Bao, I'm caught up in a meeting. Can you go grab two $20 gift cards from the bookstore? When your boss asks you that, it doesn't seem out of the blue. So guess what? You might go grab two gift cards, come back, and then he's like, hey, can you just read me the cards so I can purchase something or give it away? Well, you're going to give the gift card numbers via email, and then later you talk to this person. You're like, hey, did you get those gift card numbers? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, guess what? At that point, you realize, oh my goodness. And then you check the email. Oh my gosh, that email isn't even from him. It's one that looks just like it. It was just off by, it's just off by a number or something. Yeah. That can happen too. That's how they get you, is they will spoof emails, get to you with an urgency concern, ask you to buy gift cards, you send over the numbers, and then they're gone.
So we're up to scam number 6 or 5?
Number 7 here.
Number 7, all right.
Be wary of lookalike websites. We're talking about fake websites, fake companies. The lookalike websites are fake companies, fake scammers coming in, building websites like trustworthy ones. Maybe it's a brand that you already trust. Maybe it's one that has beautiful photos and nice branding and nice logos. Things that will make you believe it's been there for a long time. So one way to know if it's a scam website is when you look at the URL, that's the thing you put in that search bar. If it has HTTPS, yes is the key here. That S tells you it's secure. So watch for that.
Number 8.
Number 8, fake charities.
Oh yes, this time of year.
This is the time of year.
Very easy to get caught up in wanting to be generous with what you can give.
Tax planning. A lot of us are thinking, how do I maximize my tax, information? I feel generous this time of year. There's a lot of solicitations from organizations, and we're going to get caught up. That's the truth. If you're not careful with doing your research before you give out your credit card information, charities that have no real existence or no legitimacy to them, they can reach out and they can dupe you pretty quickly. Again, if they steal a website or a logo.
So if I want to check out a potential charity, can I do that through the Better Business Bureau?
You can, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
tell us about that.
Yes, we do. Organizationally, you can check our Better Business Bureau for charities, but we want to send you to give.org. That's a place you can put in your information, just like you do at bbb.org for businesses. Charities, you can look up really quickly, and we'll tell you all about, whether they uphold the standards for charities.
Okay, that's give.org.
Yep, give.org.
Okay, number
all right,
9.
We're getting to the final ones here. Thank you for your patience, Bill. We got a lot going on. Fake shipping scams.
See those all the time.
Yeah, and again, it's just another one that happens all year long. But again, because we're doing a lot more online shopping and receiving packages, the shipping scams just means that your company, you're expecting a gift or some sort of package, and the scammer knows that. They're going to find that information, send you a message, and send you fake shipping slips and other information, and they need some extra information. That's their one way of building trust with you and saying, oh, you know what? I need just one more information from you. Maybe it's your email address, or tell us about where you live. We need you to pay for an additional shipping opportunity here, and give us your credit card information. So of course, you want that package, you want that gift on time, you're going to give that information over. Just be very cautious about that. Just know that that exists, and that you might want to take another look at that email.
Be aware.
Be aware. That's it's the theme here. Number 10 here, we want to talk about the pop-up holiday shops. There's a lot of shops out there that have brick and mortar, and then there are online shops, and then there are online shops that have little pop-up sales. So they might be a limited time at a local mall, or they might have maybe like a food truck area that they just have a craft sale, and they are there at a limited time. And be careful about those, because again, they don't tell you a lot about that particular business. They have really not a lot of, they're not going to be the most reliable source for any kind of transaction. Because if you want to go back and return something or have a dispute with that merchant, they might be gone in a few days.
Sure.
So just be cautious about that experience.
So we got a couple of minutes left here to
Yes.
wrap this up, and you got 2 more scams,
Yes.
the 12 scams of Christmas. 2 more to go.
Yes, I'll go through them quickly. Wish list. We're all very excited about some of the top toys, hot holiday toys. Be very cautious because anytime there is a scarcity in any activity, PPE equipment last year or masks, those kinds of things from last year, holiday toys is the same exact thing right now. Lots of trying to get hands on these hot toys. Know that anytime there is a scarcity, scammers are looking for that opportunity to tell you about their gift, and you need to pay them immediately or pay a higher price for that. And then lastly, this one tugs at my heartstrings, pet scams.
Oh, yes.
This one is also a perennial scam. And the top, I told you already that online scams is the #1 riskiest scams that the BBB sees. Well, the top online scam is related to pet scams. So folks want to bring in a new puppy or a kitten during the holiday season and wrap it up and put it in and give it away. There's a lot of folks impersonating some legitimate sites that will put up some really cute puppy photos and kitten photos, and then they're going to ask for some money up in advance and never send you a puppy to have and to hold.
So sad and brokenhearted because we didn't get the pet we thought we were going to get, and we were out the money
Thousands of
that we'll
dollars.
never see again.
Thousands of dollars.
Never see again. The 12 scams of Christmas. So who's vulnerable to these scams?
Everyone, Bill. The truth is we're all in a state of pandemic still. We're all still very vulnerable in terms of our emotional state, financial state. We want to be able to provide the best holiday gifts. We're thinking about the stress around the holidays. We're online shopping. A lot of us are, the majority of us are, and we are all susceptible to any kind of limited deal or fake sites. And the two things that scammers want is your hard-earned money and your personal information.
Right.
So protect that with your life.
Well, hopefully the message that you've shared with our viewers will help prevent someone else from becoming a scam victim. But we also want to get out the message that if someone is a victim or they think they're being scammed, we want them to report that.
That's right.
To the Better Business Bureau. Tell us about how to do that and why that's important.
Be a citizen hero, we say. Tell us about the experiences you're having in the marketplace. It is critical information. Knowledge is our best defense in terms of scam prevention. Education is so key to knowing what to do if you're faced with suspicious activities, fraud, or scams. A lot of us don't know, and that's why we get caught up with it. If scams never existed, the Better Business Bureau wouldn't want to be around, right? But it happens every single day. You talked about all the scams that you've seen, but you know better. Guess what? If you're in an emotional state that's different than mine, you might be more susceptible to clicking on a link, or if you don't know that it wasn't your grandchild on the phone, you might be sending them thousands of dollars. So bbb.org/scam tracker is the right site to visit and tell us what you're experiencing. Give us a call too.
bbb.org/scam tracker.
That's correct.
Our guest has been Vang with the Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota. Val, thank you so much.
Thank you.